So in this video, I'm going to show you how to configure some of the key properties that needed to be configured before we actually start creating our staging, database, and data warehouse. So I'm going to right-click on the solution called the Dimodelo that I created, and let's take a look at its properties, because we have to configure a couple of things before we start designing and creating our data warehouse environment. Now, under configuration properties, we have to select the right SQL Server version that we are planning to deploy our Dimodelo solution and project. And as I mentioned before, in my case, I have SQL Server 2016 Developer Edition installed on my client. So I'm going to select SQL Server 2016 for SSIS version right here, and I'm going to select SQL Server 2016 for my target SQL Server version. Now, the next thing we gotta do here is to change our workflow to reflect our target SQL Server version. And again, in my case, that is a SQL Server 2016. So I will change it here to 2016. By the way, you also have to change the workflow on your end to reflect your SQL Server version there. For example, you can't configure your target SQL Server version to a SQL Server 2012 and your workflow to a SQL Server 2016 or 2014. Basically, all three here have to match. The SSIS version, the target SQL Server version, and the workflow have to match just like I did here, as you can see. So let's say you are currently using SQL Server 2012 on your client or server. Then your SSIS version, your target SQL Server version, and workflow all have to be pointing to SQL Server 2012. If for whatever reason you have the target SQL Server version, SSIS, and the workflow pointing to different SQL Server versions, then you will likely to get an error during the deployment and generation of your Dimodelo solution. So make sure you select the right version for SSIS, SQL Server, and workflow. And also make sure SSIS is running on your client machine or server. Okay folks, see you in the next video.